Put up these gates because everybody just walks in the street. I'm currently walking to Pilates and I'm challenging myself because I usually don't like talking by myself on camera when I'm by myself, but I want to start challenging myself to do it more because I think it just makes the videos more fun and it's just something that I want to be able to conquer. So even though it's uncomfy and there's cars driving by and there's people staring at me, I'm just going to keep doing it. Just going to keep making myself uncomfortable. But I am almost to the Pilates studio. It's so funny, they put up a bunch of gates by the sidewalk because here in Miami, everybody just kind of walks on the street. Like, they don't really use crosswalks here because everybody just ends up walking in the street and doesn't use a crosswalk, and so it just causes a lot of like traffic. Since it's Art Basel this week, it's just a lot of craziness. So I've never seen them do this. This is like the first year I've seen them do this, which is honestly kind of smart just because people will just jump out in front of your car. So almost there. I just finished my Pilates class. That was one of the hardest classes I've done, but I feel very good. I feel accomplished, but it was hard. I desperately need to buy new makeup because this makeup is way too dark for my skin. I was way more tan in the summertime, but I feel like now, since it's honestly like it's not the kind of weather that you want to lay out in anymore, maybe some days, but for the most part it's been pretty cold and I haven't been in the sun like at all. About to start cleaning up the house and just do like a deep clean, but I wanted to show you guys I got a package in the mail from Branch Basics, and if you guys know me, you know that I rave about Branch Basics because I try my best to do as much low tox, changes in my life. There are certain things that I do, like makeup, there's certain products that I use that aren't super clean, but I try my best, and one thing that I always stick to is using cleaning products. So they sent me a few like refill stuff. They got me a bottle of their liquid. You basically use this for everything. You use this for hand soap, dish soap, laundry, clean your floors. Like, you can use this for anything. And then we also got dishwasher tablets. We actually just recently started using the dishwasher again. It doesn't look like it, but I feel like some days we use it, some days we don't. But these are really good. They're non-toxic, which is great. And then this is the holy grail of any product. If you don't get anything, please get this, because if you have stains in your clothes or your shoes, or if you have like pots and pans that have like burnt stuff at the bottom of them, what I do is I'll sometimes sprinkle a little bit of this onto the pan. I'll let it soak with a little bit of water. It comes off so easy. And it works for everything. I do have a discount code, so I'll leave that in the description. And yeah, definitely check them out. It's an awesome company, and I will forever be buying Branch Basics. Dressed and ready to go. I think we might get dinner somewhere, but where we're getting acai bowls, they have like a restaurant right next door, so I think we might check that out. I think we have been there before, but I don't remember how the food was, so I think we might go again. But this is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing this top. It's from Abercrombie. Jeans are And my shoes are from Princess Polly. And I actually just got these shoes and I really love them. They're like little sandal kind of heels. And that's the vibe. Got home. We didn't end up going to dinner, but Fernando is making eggs and oatmeal right now. I'm actually not hungry, but I'll probably end up eating some soup leftovers. But I'm honestly not that hungry. But when we got home, we checked the mail and I noticed that we had a package and we had this box downstairs and Fernando was like, what did you buy now? And I couldn't think of anything. Like I hadn't purchased, I've been pretty good with not buying things. And I got this whole care package from this company and I don't know, like it's usually whenever you get like a gifting or something like that, you're usually in contact with them and they ask you first, and I haven't. So I think this is very interesting, but I got all of this stuff. It's from a company called Primally Pure and they have some like clean products. It's like a clarifying serum. This is a deodorant. I'm really excited to try this because the ingredients are pretty like crazy how clean they are. I'm excited to try that. I got Heal and Tone. This comes with a gua sha. It's like a really like nice like heavy duty gua sha and a soothing serum. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you Primally Pure for sending this. I was not expecting it, but I'm super grateful and I'm really excited to try everything. I am getting ready for art with me and I feel like it's a little early to be getting ready, but I kind of just want to get it over with. But I still need to figure out what I'm wearing. I think that's the one thing that I might need some help with. I'm excited to show you guys what art with me looks like. So we went last year and it was a lot of fun and it's kind of like a spiritual festival. They have like a bunch of different things. They have yoga, they have like little like spiritual like group things you could do. I think they're doing like a cacao ceremony today. I feel like I look like the Blair Witch Project right now with this lighting, but I like to get ready in natural lighting, which I usually have this door open, but Fernando's listening to music right now and I don't want to get the copyright issue on my video, but I wanted to show you guys the new brush that I got. It's like a styling tool and it works so good. I know last week I showed you guys like my little hair trick when I tied it up in socks, but this is a lot better. So this, I saw it on TikTok and I was definitely influenced and I got it. You guys, it's so good. Like it gives you exactly what you want it to give and I love it. I know it kind of looks like curly there, but when you have it all done, like it gives it like this blowout-y look. This is what I ended up wearing. I wanted to wear the maxi skirt that I bought, but I don't have the right top for it just yet. But this is what I'm gonna wear. I'm actually pretty happy with it. It's like a chill outfit.
My dumbbells. You don't let us in.
It's a dead end? No. drinking a tall can. Tall boy. We are going to Trader Joe's and also UPS because we have some packages to ship out. But it's a really pretty day today, so I think we might do something outside. Fernando's feeling a little bit better.
Little bit.
Huh?
Little bit.
A little bit? Yeah, he's feeling a little bit better. I feel like you sound better today.
Way better.
But yeah. I also want to let you guys know we finished this movie last night. It's called Leave the World Behind on Netflix. You guys have to watch it. It's so crazy. I just felt like it was kind of like predictive programming in a way. Because it kind of just feels like...
You'll see.
You'll see. I don't want to like ruin anything for you guys, but you just have to watch it because it's crazy. So yeah, highly recommend. We're home from Trader Joe's. I didn't really report a lot. Actually, basically nothing at Trader Joe's. But I'll show you guys some of the stuff we got. Got some arugula milk for Fernando. Sometimes for my Sunday cereal. I got some lentils. I got ginger tortillas, salt, kale, bananas, more bananas, sweet potatoes.
It's like what up?
No. She made it seem like they were hella good. Eggs, organic ground beef. I got Brussels sprouts and green beans. We got these brown rice pasta noodles. We don't really have pasta all the time, but if we do, this is what we use. So yeah, it's grocery haul. We spontaneously decided we're gonna go get a Christmas tree. So I'm waiting on Fernando to get back in the car. He got in the car and then realized he forgot his wallet. So he went back up to go get it. But I'm excited. It's a little late to be getting a Christmas tree, but it just doesn't, like, our house doesn't feel like Christmas just because we actually don't really have any Christmas decorations. I feel like the last few years, like moving into our own place, we didn't get anything, and then we moved again within 6 months. So I feel like we just kind of we haven't planned and like gotten any Christmas decorations. So I feel like at the bare minimum, it'd be nice to get a tree. So we're gonna go get a tree. I'm really excited. We only have like a few like Christmas ornaments to put on it, and I'm excited. It'll be Christmassy in our house. Even though Miami, it really doesn't feel like Christmas in Miami just because it's very hot here. It's like 80 degrees, but I'm not complaining. I love it here. A tree. Are you excited? Tree. Tree, but we don't know if we're really gonna keep this one or not. There's a picture. It's like a nice tree, but I'm just so used to having a tree that is real. But if we have to do this, we will. We also got this stuff too. I'm excited to try this. Lesser Evil is my fave. Got honey and then Siete taco seasoning. We ended up getting the fake trees, but we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna try it out 1 year. Little throwback to my old stomping grounds.
Look at that. Sunday night football, baby. Yeah!
Go.
Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is back.
I wanted to show you guys what we got. So we got this tree, obviously. Topper for the tree. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this just yet, but to make matcha in this cup. It has like a little handle. Like, that's so cute. And we got this ornament. He's such a cute honey. I think I might make this honey tonight. I'm gonna make some lavender honey. Tree skirt, cuties. I'm debating if I want to put our initials on these or if we should just like leave them like this. I feel like they're just so cute. A baby spatula. We got this too. I'll probably end up putting this around the TV. Guys, we got these. These ornaments, I wanted to get these because look at the little mushroom. This one. All right, I'm going to make some lavender honey. I have this old like honey jar that I'm gonna reuse. I'm not following any specific recipe and I don't even know if I'm gonna be doing this right, but I'm just gonna take some lavender from here and keep it like sitting for a while. It smells so, oh, it smells so good. Like, maybe like 2 tablespoons. Like, I don't know if that's a lot or not that much, but I mean, I feel like if anything, you can always work your way up. Like if it's not enough, I kind of feel like it's perfect. I don't even know, maybe too much. Alrighty. I'll probably have to update you guys on the next video to tell you guys how it is. I just finished at the gym and I only did cardio, but I've been starting to run again and it feels so good. The other day I posted on Instagram and I did like a little question box to do a Q&A. So I'm going to answer all those questions in this video, but I figured I could make it a little bit fun and I wanted to surprise Fernando and set up the whole Christmas tree situation before he gets home. So last night we were talking and he was like, are you gonna set it up tomorrow or do you wanna do it together? And he's been not feeling that great, so I figure I would just kind of do it myself and surprise him today. But first, I need to make another matcha because I just dumped it out everywhere and it spilled all over the bathroom. So we're gonna make another one. I'm in the Christmas spirit with this top, but I'm getting a little sweaty up in here, so I might have to change out soon. All right, so the first question I got was how to stay consistent in your spiritual journey when life crops up. To me, everything in life is spiritual, so I really wouldn't beat yourself up over not staying on top of your spiritual routines. And I know all of our spiritual routines are gonna look differently. Some people have this extensive spiritual routine and some people just take a moment to pray. If life feels hectic for you right now and you feel like you just haven't been able to stay on top of any of your routines, spiritual or morning routines or anything, I feel like just starting small and working your way back into your routines is the easiest way, and obviously not beating yourself up over it. I know we see a lot of people on social media that have these 10-step spiritual routines. You have to pull out the stage, you have to do breath work and meditate and like do all these things. While I love doing those practices myself and I think they're so powerful to add into your routine, it's not always necessary. There are no set rules that tell you you have to do those every day. If I could give you any message, it's to just not beat yourself up over this. What vitamins should every woman take daily? I don't really have an answer to this just because we're all so different and we all are taking different medications, and some of us are on birth control, some of us aren't on birth control, some of us have different deficiencies. So I feel like it would be me doing a disservice if I told you, okay, take these vitamins every single day. What I personally take might not work for you guys. Maybe you have great levels of the things that I take. Personally, the vitamins that I take every day is magnesium glycinate, zinc, vitamin E, vitamin A. I sometimes take beef liver instead of the vitamin A. I've been taking liposomal glutathione just because my boyfriend's sick. Open up this tree before I get into other questions. I knew I was gonna do this. I knew I was just gonna like say I'm gonna start doing the tree, but then I was just gonna talk to you guys. I'm sad that we got a fake tree, but I'm excited for it to feel more like Christmas in our house. And it's just 1 year, you know? We're gonna try out the fake tree. Next next question, content strategy. Graduating IAN in May, and I would love to build my following as you have. I already kind of answered this on Instagram, but I will talk a little bit more. What I mentioned to her on Instagram is that if you are taking IAN's program or any health coaching program for that matter, make sure you lean into the information that they're giving you, because throughout your program, you could be building your following as you're, going through the course. I did do that a little bit as I was going through their program, but I honestly wish I would have leaned into it a lot more, because going through the program, they were shooting out so many good pieces of content. We were learning about Ayurveda, we were learning about breath work, we were learning about all these different cool like healing modalities and food and all these things. And I would have had endless amount of content if I just like really leaned into everything. Now I feel like I kind of like forgotten a lot of like specific lessons. So yeah, if you're in a program right now, definitely lean into all the information that you are receiving from it. But content, I would say to just keep going. I know that's probably the most annoying piece of advice ever, but it's the truth. I first started making content, it was not that great, and you can go back and watch my reels. It wasn't that great. Like, it wasn't perfect content, but over time it started gaining traction. I was like, okay, maybe this is working. Maybe I need to make these adjustments. Maybe I can get better. And over time, my content slowly started getting a little bit better, and it's still getting better. It's not perfect at all, not even close. I feel like a lot of us want things to kind of happen overnight, and unfortunately, God does not give us these types of miracles unless he knows that we are fully ready for them. I remember when I first went viral, I nearly had a panic attack because I had a variety of people saying different things, coming at me for different things, my looks, the way I said the information, how I was wrong. But then I also had a slew of people that said, you're amazing, I love your content, it's so spot on, whatever. So you're getting all of this energy pushed at you, and God is waiting for you to be completely ready to hold it. And sometimes it still feels a little heavy to hold. Like just last week, I started getting like comments saying that I was fat. I had never gotten any comments that related to my weight up until last week, and I was like, God, where is this coming from? Like, why am I just now getting these kinds of comments? And the message that I received was that he is basically preparing me for the future. So if I'm really ready to have this exponential growth, to grow on social media, to do all these things, I have to be ready and able to hold that kind of energy that comes my way. If you want like specific content strategy advice, try your best to use trending audio. Obviously, I'm sure you know about that. Definitely interact with your audience. Don't just leave everybody hanging in the comments or in your DMs. I'm not that great at DMs, but I'm trying to be better. But I remember from the very beginning, I was kind of crazy in the beginning. This was back when I only had like 500 followers, and it was like still growing. Even when I was at 0, I was still implementing this kind of, it wasn't really a strategy, it was because I genuinely wanted to connect with people. But any person that would follow me, I would message them directly and I would say, thank you so much for following. I'm excited to connect with you, whatever. And I would actually follow them back if it seems like, someone, maybe we have an alignment in certain things. And I actually made a lot of friends doing that, which I'm really happy I did that. But you have to think about why social media is a thing. Social media, or Instagram, Facebook, was created to connect people, not just so you can post on social media and gain all of this attention, right? They created it so you can connect with people and get to know people and stay connected. I see a lot of influencers really neglect that part, where they just post something and then they just neglect the comment section. They don't respond to people, and that's okay. I know when you get to a certain level it's hard, but really try your best with just keeping your community strong and just keep talking to people, keep connecting, keep conversations going. My next piece of advice would be to post content that you yourself would want to consume. If you're posting content and you watch it back and you're like, I would never watch this, like I don't find this funny, if you're trying to be like a funny comedian kind of person on Instagram, or you're trying to be a fashionista, or you just want to be entertainment, or you want to put out knowledge, if you watch it back and you're not getting what you wanted to get from it, maybe you could take a step back and kind of analyze, okay, in what ways can I make adjustments to the content that I'm putting out? Another thing I'll say is that the first 3 seconds of your video is so important, because in those 3 seconds, you are either going to gain the attention of the viewer, or they're gonna just swipe by. So having a very eye-catching visual, or a good hook, or maybe something a little controversial, or just something that stands out, you wanna make sure that that's in the first 3 seconds. Obviously make sure the rest of the video is good as well, but that's another tip. Also, set a goal and stick to it. So if you wanna post 3 reels a week, set that goal and see how you can actually make it happen. So if you need to take all day Sunday to record all those videos, that way when you're at work, you can just schedule them out and they will post on their own, then do that. You just have to kind of time manage. And I am the worst with time management. Ask my boyfriend. I'm still trying to figure out my whole time management situation, but it helps a lot when you kind of sit down, okay, how can I make this happen, and when can I actually put aside the time to make it happen? I feel like there's so much more I can say as far as content, and I feel like I say this in almost all of my videos when I give advice for content, but I really do want to hold like a little masterclass where I can just set out everything that I do as far as content. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you're interested in, but it's been like on my mind for the last few months, but I just haven't created anything. But I also haven't really had anyone say that they're interested. So if you are, let me know in the comments. All right, answer the next question. How to have clear, spot-free skin. Apply to my coaching program. No, but honestly, it would be good to work with a coach. I'm putting this on the wrong way. I would recommend working with a coach. If you are struggling with skin stuff and you feel like you've tried a lot of things and you can't really figure out the root cause, there could be so many things, but there's so many other things that relate to skin. Like your liver could be congested. You could have really poor lymphatic flow. You might have some nutritional deficiencies to address. So it would really just depend on what your diet looks like, what your lifestyle looks like. If you had just gotten off birth control, there's so many different variables that you have to figure out when you're trying to heal the skin. So if you're interested and you want to work with a coach, I'd be 100% willing to work with you and helping you figure out what it is that's causing your acne. I will leave my coaching application down below in the description if you are interested. How do you post consistent content when you have so many different passions? I wish I had an answer to this. I myself have a bazillion different passions, but something that I have learned that personally kind of irks me a little bit because I don't want it to be true is that when you hone in on one specific topic or one niche or one category, you will see exponential growth. For me, I've ventured off into a million different realms of my passions. I have my spiritual life that I'm passionate about. I have my gym life that I'm passionate about. I have my holistic life that I'm passionate about. I also love talking about content. So I have that life to talk about. And so I feel like there's a lot of different parts of me that I wish I could just share to the world. And that's why I like YouTube. That's why I like YouTube, because I feel like I can just share all of me on YouTube and I have the time to do that. But when it comes to short form content, I would say really sit with yourself and think, okay, what is something that I could really find myself enjoying doing? So I would just sit with yourself and ask yourself, what kind of content could I find myself just spending the next few months creating, and just start building up the traction. Because I feel like once you reach a point of making so much content and you kind of have a following and you have a community behind you, they will kind of work with you. So I would just say to kind of hone in on something that you're truly passionate about. You could still sprinkle in the other stuff that you like as well, but I feel like it cuts off like the decision fatigue and it makes your life a little bit more simple. And that's not to say that you can't pivot in a few months. Like say you have a new passion of scuba diving. Maybe you want to turn your account into that. You have 110% ability to do that. Well, round 2 of making a mess. I literally just put the tree down to put the legs on and we spilled it again for the second time today. So all right, so I got another question that says, I'm with a man who's verbally abusive when he's angry. I don't know what to do. I am nowhere near close to being an expert on relationships, on any type of domestic abuse or anything like that, but I will say that you do not deserve to be treated that way. And although I don't know the extent of the relationship and I don't know the specifics of it, but if you know that you are not being treated with respect and you can't hold a conversation with your partner without him being verbally abusive, it might be time to reevaluate what you're doing in the relationship and what purpose it's serving. I would say to maybe sit down and have a conversation with him about it, but I also wouldn't want to put you in a dangerous situation. He clearly has a lot of things that he needs to work through personally, and I'm gonna be the one to say that you are not responsible of being the one to fix his problems. And I do want to say that there are good men out there. There are men out there that are respectful, that will make you feel safe, that will protect you, that will not cut you down in conversations, and they can actually hold hard conversations while also being emotionally intelligent. There is no space for men to treat us disrespectfully, to cut us down, to make us feel less than we are, to make us feel unworthy. Because the truth is, any person that is making you feel that way feels that way about themselves. And again, you are not the fixer. You are not responsible of mending the situation and healing anybody. And I think you know probably what your intuition is telling you. We all have this innate intuition within all of us, and we all know the answer. We all know the right answer in our lives. And as hard as it is to go through with that answer, when we follow through with it, what's on the other side of that door is 10 times better. My camera died, but I'm gonna finish the question here. Just know that you are worthy. You are worthy of a safe, loving relationship, because you don't really know how things can escalate. Yeah, he's verbally abusive now, but you also have to think about long term. Like, is this a man that I would want to raise children with? Would I want to see him treating my children this way? Like, it's a scary thought, you know? Like, I wouldn't want to put myself or my children in that situation. So really just trust your intuition, and I know you know the right answer, and just know that I'm sending you so much love, and that you have all of the power in the world to make the right decision, and you're not alone in the situation. So many people have struggled with the same stuff, and it's not easy, but I know you're strong enough to move through it and make a healthy change for yourself. You guys, it's so cute. Oh, maybe the bottom part a little bit of work, but it's perfect. I love it. I want to put this little skirt thing around it. Actually, we got this at the Dollar Tree, and I don't really know if it's even for a tree or not. Well, Alright guys, I think this is the finished product. I'm so happy. It feels so much more like Christmas here. But this is the tree. I didn't end up putting the extra lights because I feel like this is perfect. I honestly don't know how I feel about the stockings, but we don't really have any spot to put them, but we might move them. I tried to decorate the TV a little bit. It honestly turned out way cuter than I was expecting. Put a little bit of the rest of this like on the table. This is just so random. I didn't really know how else to use it, but I just figured that was probably a good way to use it, and the sizing was like perfect. Every single time I do a Q&A, I end up rambling, so I'm gonna try to, you know, go a little quicker this time. Next question: where is a good place to meet women with good morals and aren't looking for online validation? Probably church. Probably just setting the intention to meet somebody that resonates with your values. Don't be afraid to try dating apps, because I know a lot of people that have had really great success on dating apps. What type of milk do I use with my matcha? Coconut milk. Did you and your boyfriend live together before you moved to Miami? Yes, we lived in St. Petersburg for about 6 months, and then we moved to Miami. But in total, it's been, I think, 2 years since we've lived together in Florida. What benefits have you experienced from drinking chlorophyll? I know that there are a lot of people out there that say that chlorophyll doesn't do anything for them. I've been drinking chlorophyll water for probably longer than that actually, over 3 years now. And I notice when I don't drink chlorophyll, my skin doesn't look the same. I don't feel the same. And there's actually some studies that came out, and I'll add them below, that prove the benefits of chlorophyll. I think one of them is about lymphatic flow. And personally, I just notice a big difference in my skin when I don't drink chlorophyll. Getting off birth control, what would you recommend besides condoms and celibacy? There's the fertility awareness method, and there's honestly a whole slew of methods that you could do. I will leave a list of them right here. Life-changing books that expanded your consciousness and mindset. Seat of the Soul, Not Nice, and I know you guys probably seen me read that in my previous videos. That book changed my life, and especially for those of you that are, you know, avid people pleasers and people that are quote unquote nice, and you're trying to break the habit of just being a nice person. And I don't mean just like turning into a bitch, but I mean like having boundaries and having respect for yourself and being more assertive. That's a great book. All of Eckhart Tolle's books, or Eckhart Tolle, I don't really know how to say his last name, but all of his books are awesome. Hi, best way to make friends in Miami. If you're watching this, I would love to connect with you. Other ways, I would say download the Clicks app. I downloaded that when I first moved to Miami, and I actually did have some conversations with people on that app. It's honestly pretty cool because you can go to wellness events. They also have like clubbing events too, so it's like if that's something that you're into, you like to go clubbing, you like to go out, they do have things where you can like go and like meet a group of girls and do that. But then they also have yoga. They have like more wellnessy kind of things, which is more something that I would do. So you can decide what you would like to do. I also heard about Bumble BFF. I haven't tried it, but I know some people have had success with it. Even like networking events are awesome as well. Just like pushing yourself a little outside of your comfort zone. Went to a networking event, I'd say a few months ago, and it was seriously so like, it was very outside my comfort zone, but I got to connect with some new people, and it was nice to kind of challenge myself a little bit. So definitely just try to challenge yourself and don't be afraid to talk to new people. You'd be surprised of how many people out here are trying to make friends as well. So just don't be afraid to start up a conversation with people. What do you think about stored trauma? This just made me think about another book that I really loved was The Body Keeps Score. The Body Keeps a Score. And it talks about how your body holds on to certain traumatic events in your life. So, I mean, I completely think it's true. I even think that your trauma can be passed around ancestrally. It is very interesting that we can adopt the same patterns as our distant relatives when we're unconscious of it. So I believe in it. I think there's so many amazing modalities that you can do to kind of like work through it. There's breath work, there's EFT tapping, there is even yoga, like opening your hips, dancing. I don't know how many times I've like danced alone in my house and just started crying, and I'm like, what is going on? But I realized it's just because I was moving energy through me. I love your content, and I'm graduating IAN in April and wondering what you do full-time. I kind of do a lot of things full-time. I'm not really like, I do one thing full-time because I run a matcha business, I'm a health coach, and I also make content, and I have like brand deals and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a mixture of a lot of things. But if you're asking me like what I guess spend my most time on, would be health coaching. When did you meet your partner? Such cuties. So happy for you, Taylor. Thank you so much. We actually met in high school, which is great. Actually, I take that back. We actually met in middle school, but we started dating in high school. So we're high school sweethearts. That doesn't mean that we were perfect all through the years. We definitely had moments where we broke up and whatever, but I guess in total, it's actually going to be our 10-year anniversary this month, which is honestly so weird and so crazy to say. But again, we did have moments where we broke up for a few months, and you know, we were still learning about ourselves. We were so young, and we both needed time to kind of learn about ourselves and actually be ready to be in a committed relationship. Not a question, but a request. Would love to see what your day-to-day looks like as a health coach. I could honestly film a whole day in the life. I feel like I kind of do day in the life, but I guess I could include a lot more of my day. Next question. Do you offer coaching services in person or just online? I do all my coaching online. If I have a client that's actually living in Miami or nearby, I don't mind like meeting up, but for the most part, I do all my sessions online. In the IAM program, did you learn how to lose weight in a holistic way? Yes. In the program, we learned about so many different healing modalities. We learned about nutrition, but we also learned about different wellness habits and spiritual practices, and honestly a whole variety of things. And to me, losing weight is a whole holistic process, and I actually did lose quite a bit of weight when I did go through the program. What are your thoughts on this new/old Kangen water? All my Kangen girls, my Kangen people are probably gonna come after me on this, but I'm honestly not a fan. I haven't been impressed with the results of Kangen. I feel like it's very overpriced. I think there are many other options. I also don't believe that Kangen filters it out enough. And for me, I live in a big city, and our pipes, honestly all of Florida, our piping is absolute garbage. And I wanna make sure that my water is clean and filtered, and I'm not putting any crap in my body. Not saying that Kangen is crap or it doesn't work. I know that there are people out there that have had great success with Kangen, but for me, I use AquaTrue. Controversial, but I love my AquaTrue and highly recommend it. How to know where to start when beginning a healthier lifestyle? It seems intimidating. I would love to work with you. I work with a lot of people that feel a little overwhelmed in the health and wellness space, and I would help you simplify it a little bit and make it seem a little less intimidating, or a lot less intimidating, because it really does not have to be complicated. You don't have to adopt all these routines and buy all the new latest things to achieve results, or to even just start beginning a healthier lifestyle. You can really start small and just incrementally work your way up. That's honestly what I did. When I first started getting into a more holistic lifestyle, I couldn't afford going all clean. Same with organic. Like, we don't have to always cash out on organic. If you have the money, definitely do it. But even sometimes, like, you know, we don't buy all organic. You can follow the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen list. There's like small ways that you can just start working it into your life, and it really doesn't have to be this like jarring, you know, 0 to 100 experience. But again, I would love to work with you if you're looking to, you know, begin your health journey and you're looking for some guidance and also accountability. Advice for after IAN, your inspirational YouTubers, your goal. tools. Don't be afraid to start taking on clients. I feel like that's the biggest hurdle that any health coach has to get over, is actually starting to take clients and practice. That was something that I was terrified to do at the beginning. I didn't charge for a long time just because I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, but you are. Like, you have all of the tools you need, all of the information you need. It's just taking that first step. So don't be afraid to start practicing with people, offering, you know, free sessions just to get some practice in. And you can also get testimonials that way, which is cool. Another piece of advice is to never stop learning. I know a lot of people in the health space will like graduate or get their certificate and whatever, and they just kind of like stop their learning process. And I think that if it's truly your passion, you will forever be learning. We should always be living our lives as if we are always the student and never yet the master. There's so much information out there. There's new information coming out every day. Like, one minute they'll say this is bad for you, but then the next they'll say, oh, a study came out that said this is actually amazing for you. So you just have to really continue learning and never stop being the student. My inspirational YouTubers, I love Leora Alexandra. I've been watching her for I don't even know how long, since forever. I love watching a lot of vloggers as well, so I'll list them right here for you guys. And my goals, my ultimate goal in life is to really grow on YouTube. One of my most inspirational channels that I watch on YouTube is Yes Theory and Seek Discomfort. It's like a partnered type thing. But if you haven't watched their channels, I swear some of their videos will have you crying and some of them will have you laughing, but it's this like pure emotion that comes with their videos because it's just so heartfelt. And my ultimate goal in life is to kind of do what they do. I really want to connect with people and connect people together and just create community. And I also want to make enough money, enough abundance to like go out in the world and build homes and give water to people that don't have clean water and give food to people that don't have food. Like, that's my ultimate goal in life. That's where I find my most fulfillment, is when I'm doing those kinds of things. When I was little, I used to do this Christmas drive with my mom every year, and we would go into kind of like more lower income neighborhoods, and we would bring turkeys and food and stuff like that, so they would actually be able to have, you know, Christmas dinner. And we would just see the pure joy on these kids' faces. Did something so deep to my heart that I genuinely want to make enough money so I could do that for other people on a bigger scale. Another goal in my life is to just like be walking on the street and just see somebody and like hand out $100 and like be able to do that just to random people. There's also a TikTok account that I love watching. I literally will be in tears watching it, and he'll just meet people at the store and just hand out like $1,000, $500, and it's seriously the most fulfilling thing to watch. So my biggest goal in life is to be able to do that for people, just help people around the world with whatever resources they need. How did you start on social media? I was starting to get certified as a health coach, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna start marketing myself? And I also started to be realistic about like the things that I wanted to do in my life. Like, I really want to be a content creator. I love making content. It's really fun for me, but you have to take the first step in doing that. I remember for years I was like, yeah, I want to be a content creator, and then I just wouldn't do anything. And I remember watching an Aaron Dowdy video, and he was like, how do you expect to get to the next level when you're not taking any steps? And I was like, okay, noted. I will start working on it. So I started, you know, posting more on Instagram. None of my videos were perfect, but I was like, it's fine. I'm gonna have to keep going if this is what I actually want to do. And look, it actually started paying off. If you really want to do something in your life, you are capable of doing it. How did you learn how to create content? It was honestly just trial and error. I learned from my mistakes. I'm still learning from my mistakes. I'm still learning how to create content. I feel like I'm not like this perfect content creator just yet, but I'm excited to keep getting better. But how I learned to create content is just by creating content, and learned, you know, my mistakes and where I can, you know, get better. Will you be a mom one day? You'll make a great mama. Thank you. Of course I want to be a mom. I'm so excited to be a mom, but I'm definitely not ready to be a mom just yet. Me and my boyfriend have really just been enjoying our time together. It's, I mean, only our second year actually living together, so we've just been really enjoying that. We also want to travel, and I know you can still travel when you have kids and all of that, but we're really happy with what we're doing right now, and we're building our careers and all that. But one thing is, we might get a dog, so that's a possibility. What is your favorite workout? Legs and booty. What is your favorite food? Honestly, for me, pizza is like my world. Like, I love pizza. I also love fries too, but yeah, it's Okay, Mr. Owen in Miami, it's so bomb. Will you go to Portugal one day? I would love to go to Portugal. I would love to see like what my roots are, you know, the land of my roots. I feel like that'd be so cool. My mom has also mentioned that she wants to go to Portugal at some point. But yeah, I would love to go to Portugal one day and explore. Best tips for slimming down healthily. Making sure that you're eating enough protein, making sure that you're eating enough fiber, making sure you're drinking enough water. Also doing workouts in accordance to your cycle and not being afraid to push yourself a little bit, like on your follicular and ovulatory phase. I feel like when I first started kind of cycle syncing a few months ago, I started treating myself a little bit more like too gently, if that makes sense. And I stopped like doing certain things. Like I stopped running and I was like, oh, lower impact is better. And although like, yes, it is good for you, I feel like it's also not bad to challenge yourself a little bit and get sweaty and work your heart rate a little bit, you know, higher than usual. So I just recently started running again and honestly feels so good. I remember at the time that I felt my best, I was running a lot and lifting weights, and that was the time that I felt, and also just eating well. There's also a whole variety of things that I would recommend. I would have to kind of look at your diet, look at your lifestyle, look at all these other factors, and we would basically have to make adjustments in those ways. What is your North Node in Libra? How did you get good at making videos? Again, trial and error. I made a lot of mistakes. I'm still learning. What made you guys actually choose each other and both parties want to commit? I feel like Fernando was always there and he was always very committed to me, and for that I'm so grateful. It was honestly me that had commitment issues. I had a lot of self-healing to do, and I feel like when somebody's not willing or ready to commit, they have a lot of inner work that they still need to do. So for me, it was kind of going through my shadows and figuring out why I was still making these self-sabotaging decisions in my life. And when I realized when I stopped making those decisions in my life got a whole lot better. And Fernando has always made me feel safe and respected and protected and loved. When I was younger, I feel like I just wasn't ready for that. And yeah, just a lot of self-healing. What skincare do you use? I actually showed a little bit of it in this video, like I think last night or the night before, but my skincare is not very extensive. I might be starting to work with my friend Sophie though, and she might be helping me revamp my skincare routine. So stay tuned for that. What was the single biggest thing you did to create such a powerful shift in your life? Biggest thing I did was getting out of my comfort zone and just doing things even though I was terrified. My first step was making content. You know me, you know that I'm a little on the more introverted side. So putting myself online, I was like, oh, this is very uncomfy, but this is something that I really want to do. So that was the first step in doing that. Another time that I got outside my comfort zone was when I said yes to working at a retreat, and I had never worked at a retreat before, and I was basically going to fly to Mexico and basically meet a bunch of people and stay with a bunch of people for a week that I had not ever met in my life. So going from introvert to then retreat facilitator helper, quite a big identity shift, I guess. And that was very challenging, and I definitely learned a lot about myself on that trip, but a lot of amazing stuff came out of that trip. A lot of amazing stuff came out of me taking the first step to make content. So in all, that was the most powerful thing that created a shift in my life. What is the secret to your happiness? Gratitude. That is basically all the questions that I got. If you guys enjoyed this, I hope this wasn't super long and boring, but I'm so freaking hungry right now. I need to make some food.